Good evening, everyone. We're back. Tap in, tap in, tap in. I am here with Terence on Relationship Chronicles with Okiymo, and he's going to give his perspective on being single, married, divorced, widowed, and reinventing himself today. So I'm going to let him introduce himself. Go ahead, Terence.
Okay, a little bit about me. My name's Terence Fennell. I'll tell you my last name. I'm from North Carolina, currently living in Chicago for the past 20 years. I am single. I have been married. I have been divorced, and I've had to reinvent myself, and I'm still a work in progress doing that. I have one son that's grown, and currently still being a mentor to him. He just graduated college, Albion College in Michigan in May, and kinesiology and exercise science. And I hope to push my son towards physical therapy in the future for his career. He was a basketball player at Albion in high school in the Marian Catholic in Chicago Heights, Illinois. So,
Oh,
yes.
congrats.
What I do? I've worked in transportation for a long time, close to 20 years. Right now, I work with the government in the paralegal. I like law, so I'm a paralegal now, and I hope to carry that further. So
Welcome, welcome, welcome. Congrats on that with your son too. That is a huge, super huge um accomplishment, you know.
yes, yes,
And
especially
I pray that he goes into physical therapy. I'm gonna touch and agree with you on that. Hopefully that's, his goal and dream too, because we want him to be successful. And he will be. He has you as his father. I mean, really. We
yeah.
want that period on that. Period.
Period.
Period. So, Terrence, I heard you said that you was once married and now divorced. So, tell me after it was the divorce, what did you do to move to that space in your life of healing?
I had to heal. I was very hurt, distraught, and probably more shocked than anything.
Mhm.
Um, what I did, I had to take a look at myself and see what I done wrong
Mhm.
in the marriage, the relationship, because I was dating the person about 3 years before I got engaged, and we had a sort of a long history together. We got along really well. We were like the Will and Jada, I call us. So in the early stages. So
Okay.
I was shocked. So my healing began with, again, looking at myself, what I did wrong, what I could do better. And because it's always two sides to the story. And some people say three sides, but two sides to the story. And I started I started getting closer to God. That's what I done. I started reading more about marriage because I wondered if I jumped into marriage too soon and I did not know what it was. Because now I know that it's more than a notion. Um, what Again, I got closer to God to start my healing process, and I took some self-care. I started doing things that I like. I started being around my family more that encouraged me to move. Don't sit. You don't want to sit. You kind of want to stay green, because if you sit, you kind of rot, if you will. So you want to keep it moving, and you want to keep your mind off the negative aspects of the divorce, because it can be nasty, if you will. So I got closer to God. I started doing things I liked. Um, I started working more to immerse myself in my work, closer to God. I repeated that like 3 times already. And around family, and I went to counseling. Finally, went to counseling. I was stubborn to say like I don't need counseling. I know what went wrong. Um, it took me a while to go to counseling. I sought out pastoral counseling initially from a gentleman that was in my age bracket as well, who had been through a divorce, a pastor that had been through a divorce. Um, so I also sought out a mentor of mine, an older gentleman. I think a lot of men who, like my father's deceased, so a lot of men who don't have older men who are wiser
Mhm.
as a mentor to know, so you can go to and you can let everything down and talk about your problems and situations. Someone that's been married 40 or 50 years and have been through the trials and tribulations. So I sought out a gentleman named Mr. Crawford. He was my Sunday school superintendent and his wife. They were Christians. They were unbiased people, and I could never thank them, and I never will forget them. I still keep in touch with them today. But
Mhm.
Mr. Crawford has died. So I sought a mentor, and I also sought later on. I also sought professional counseling because I started to beat myself up because you know, like I really wanted my marriage to work, and time heals wounds. I also, you know, I mean, I tried not to hold grudges and things, but we can't because we're mad and we're upset. We say things that we're never going to do, but we end up through time and we do it anyway. Um, so those are the steps that I took towards healing. And it took me probably a year to kind of heal to where I'm not feeling bad about myself, because a lot of times people will say things, and my cousin and I, he's a young pastor. He says the biggest lie ever told is sticks and stones may break my bones, but words will never hurt me. Words do hurt, and
Mhm.
through time I've had to learn that. And words are strengthening more than a physical situation. Um, so through time, that's what I did. I did that, and I sought to take care of my child, try to establish a relationship with him, and live through that. Let me keep going through that as well. I was kind of long winded, but
That was really, really, really helpful. Everything you said was really, I felt the power of God in it because a lot of times, people that are or have been in divorce and had a divorce, it takes them a minute to try to figure out
right,
what they should do going forward.
yes,
And
uh,
it sounds like you instantly began to work on you. That was your focus.
yes. I had a good person in my ear. My mother, work on yourself and let go and let God. There's a book out that's many years old, Let Go and Let God. And I
Mm-hmm.
also read a book, The Divine Revelation of Hell, front and back
Oh,
a
I
few
know that book.
times.
Mm-hmm.
And it showed me to let go and let God. Stand tall, don't mope,
Mm-hmm.
and I will handle the rest. He will handle the rest.
Amen. So would you say, we think when I think of men, sometimes I've heard that, talking to other people about your problems is something that men don't do. So would you recommend that, hey, it worked for me? This is something you should look into. How would you encourage the next brother?
Uh, if that's going through a divorce or
Any
having,
situation. It can be a divorce. It can be they're going through as a single person. Maybe they widowed.
right,
Regardless of the
right,
circumstances. If
yeah,
there is a problem, you know,
right,
or a situation.
right.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I am that alpha male, totally. Sometimes we are stubborn and we don't think we need. but it's good to find someone that you're comfortable with and that you look up to or are on the same level with to express yourself. Because for
Mhm.
me, I need someone that's a bit older and strong, that I see as strong. I need another alpha male and
Mhm.
that could tell me the right way, because I'm not going to listen to every male, because I don't view every male as a strong male. And
Mhm.
that's my viewpoint. So
Mhm.
yeah, seek out counseling, seek the Lord, um, talk to your, find a mentor while you are in a relationship, a good Christian mentor.
Mhm.
Um, and that would help as well, because you may run up against situations that you don't know how to deal with.
Yes.
And no matter how old I get, I need a mentor now, and I'm 50 plus. So
Mhm.
I need a mentor and I'm looking for one. So I have a handle on it, and you can't get emotional, because your emotions let you you make bad decisions sometimes, or a lot of times you make bad decisions with emotions. And um, yeah, I encourage every brother, who's going through paying child support. I paid it 16 and a half years. And
Mhm.
sometimes I was late. Sometimes I was ahead of the game. Sometimes I didn't know what I was going to do, but I'm paid in full, been paid in full. And, I was a person that took uh, my responsibilities. I always was responsibilities, so actually I just turned 53. So my
Okay.
responsibilities, I always took care of my son and things of that nature. And I don't want to fall off the beaten path, but just seek help. Don't be afraid to seek help, because when when I was going to get my receipt for my child support, I had paid it off. I see a lot of young Black African American males, like, they look so pitiful. They don't know what to do. And I'm like, keep your head up. I encourage them to uh, just you can't do everything on your own. You can't. You're
Mhm.
going to need help. You're going to have to trust in the Lord, and you're going to have to trust in somebody. And you don't need a whole slew of friends, because everyone's not your friend. Everyone's not going to be for you. They're not going to encourage you the way you should need to be encouraged. So that's what I done initially. So yeah, don't be afraid to seek counsel.
Amen.
Yes.
I know Yvette say they talk. Yes, we know they talk, but we want to make sure, like Terrence said, that they are talking with someone with wisdom, that they are reaching out when they need professional help to get
Right.
professional help.
You need a man
And
of God.
again, say that again.
A man of God.
A man of God.
Yes.
He suggests a man of God.
Yes.
And we all know that, we do want to be mindful that there are some people that faith may vary from ours. You know what
Yes.
I'm saying?
Yes.
So make sure you seek someone who you are confident in, that whatever they are saying and speaking into your life, you can see the fruit of it. If
Right.
it's causing you to waver, it's causing you to make bad choices,
Hmm.
then that's not who you're supposed to be
Right.
speaking to. We all want to be like, he ain't right. She ain't right. I want to go get him, hyping him up. But at the end of the day, we want to make sure that people are making the right decisions and making the right decisions for their children. Okay. So, like you said, you know, when paying child support, you didn't seem bitter. How did you get past that?
I had my mentor's wife, Mrs. Crawford, and a Christian, unbiased Christian. She just told me to write my check, put in an envelope, put in the mail. Don't worry about it. Just send it off. And that's what I did. I got so redundant in it. I knew the address. I knew every number I need, applicable number, and I just did it out of repetition. And there you have it, you know, plus other things I was doing. So yeah, I was upset at first because I'm not a deadbeat dad and I don't want to be referred or categorized like that. But,
Mhm.
you know, it's the system, and the system sometimes is not fair to the man. I hate to say it, a good guy. And some of the good guys sometimes get caught up in it. So that's what I done. I truly let go and wrote my check or whatever I had to do, and
Mhm.
I was done with it.
Okay.
Didn't miss it.
Amen. How old is that son now?
22.
22.
I was 23 in February next month.
Mhm. Next month.
Yeah,
Amen.
yeah,
He has a great dad.
yes. I try to
Mhm.
be as much as best as I can. So
A praying, faith-based dad. Now check this out.
okay.
So now we at the part in your life where I'm just want to ask, how's it going as far as it, are you looking to be in a relationship? Have you thought about it? Have you said, you know what? I'm good. So if you are looking, tell me what does that look like? And if you're not looking, tell me what that looks like.
Um. Again, I've been through the cycle. I took time to reflect on my past relationship. Moving forward from that, I learned. Um, I know more about what I want than I was when I got married the first time. I definitely know.
Mhm.
I am looking, but I'm not going to suffice. You know, as some of the ladies say, they settle. Me, I'm not going to settle. I'm not gonna. I wouldn't say settle, but I'm not gonna waste my time. Um, and I'm not gonna waste anyone else's time. I'm not. I never played per se with anyone else's time, but I can't do that anymore. I'm not focused on that right now. And what I want to do, yes, I know more about, you know, what I would like. Yes,
Mhm.
yes, in the market. Yes,
In the market.
single and ready to mingle. That's the acronym.
Single and ready to mingle.
Acronym, single and ready to mingle. I know I probably missed a question there um, that you asked. Uh,
No, you did well. I said, if you're in the market of looking, what does that look like for you?
it's it's been kind of tough because you know I'm a diverse person and I love diversity somewhat, and I just want to be able to be compatible with someone in that aspect. And I'm a North Carolinian. I take it easy, so I'm laid back, I'm observant. I don't have to be in the now. I don't have to be in the forefront in front of the crowd. Long as I'm there in the building, I get what I need. Um, I need. I have some. A lot of people say they have non-negotiables, but to me, when you say that, you put yourself above everyone, and I'm not like that. I'm pretty simple. I know what I need or I want. Not that I need, but what I want out of a relationship and out of a lady, and I hope to appease my mate as well. And if I can't do that, I'm going to ask, what can I do to do that? And I would expect the same. And I would work on my what I lack in. You know, I would work on that because I'm definitely again a work in progress. We all are.
Yes, we all are.
Yes.
And like earlier today with my other guest, she was talking about, knowing your self-worth, right?
Right.
And if after hearing that, and I think you heard the show too, what
Yeah.
came to mind when you thought about that? Like knowing your self-worth.
Well, you know, I come from, I was bashful. So I really never thought about my self-worth. I just thought I was a young boy who rode bikes and motorcycles and go-karts, but when I got to adulthood, I started encountering a lot of, jealousy is rampant out here. It's a bad thing. And a jealous person is a dangerous person as well.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't want to mix with that. And you have to be discerned enough to realize that in the situation. I forgot the question you asked me. I really,
No, I said when you hear the word, when someone says, "Hey, you should know your self worth."
oh, my self-worth, a lot of times, like I said, words beat you up. A lot of people have said, I'm not this and I'm not that. Then a lot of people said, oh, I have a lot to offer. And, it's what you believe. You can't
Mhm.
take off, as people say, that negative energy and start believing it, because you'll start beating yourself up. And, I know I have something to offer somebody. And I know, even if it's only myself. So you have to think positive. And that's, um, everyone, let me see, I wrote some stuff down. So everyone has dislikes and likes, and that's a privilege,
Mhm.
and so I know I'm worth something.
Mhm.
um I may not know how much. I may not have a price or a scale, but
Mhm.
I'm not a bragger of myself or anything like that. Sometimes it's good to pat yourself on the back in a way when no one else would do it.
Mhm.
But I like other people to speak volumes of me, because I already know. You
Mhm.
know, I heard some people say, some men will say they're the CEO of their house. Well, if you got to say it, then maybe you're not, because everybody knows
Mhm.
it. That's what I say. That's my
Perspective. Mhm.
perspective. Yes.
Mhm.
And that way you've garnered respect among others.
Mhm.
And when it's, if anything, if you're married, it's ours,
Yeah,
ours. Yeah.
I like that.
Yeah.
So, what area in regards to a relationship, what part is most important to you? What part of the relationship you feel like is something that you thrive off of when having a relationship, or or when you was in a relationship?
Well, a lot of people have this book out now, Five Love Languages, and I
Mhm.
call it a good book.
Mhm.
I call it also, it's always been what it is. That's always been the situation. I like quality time. I like spending time. You have to build a foundation doing that, and I would say, if I have a wife, I thrive off supporting my family. I thrive to wanting to do for them. It
Mhm.
makes me be great, in other words. And I don't think a lot of people get that. They're kind of selfish, and what
Mhm.
they do, they're doing for themselves, which is fine. But you know, my son makes me go the extra mile. That's what makes me, um, you know, go for a relationship. I guess a relationship and a lady, and working together, not pulling against one another. A lot of times, male and female, they'll have their friends pulling against them. They meet them at this place, meet them in that place, and you don't have time to build a foundation. You're putting more into other things than you are putting into your bucket, your foundation. And
Mhm.
then before you know it, a couple of years have gone by and you don't have anything. So that's why the breakup is so easy. You don't have anything. You never had
Mhm.
nothing to start with. So it's like you were together and you were not together, or you had
Mhm.
conveniences. And it's up to you if you want something more to speak up. And if you don't, then don't say anything. You just kind of there. You're just existing. You want to be
Mhm.
together when you can, when you're available, on my schedule, on my clock, on my time. What is that?
Yeah, what is that?
What is that? You
Mm,
know,
that's really good right there. So I hear you say it's some relationships out here that are they're with each other, but they're not.
right.
And that's not healthy.
I mean, if you want that relationship to progress, it's not healthy. But if that's what you want,
Mm-hmm.
to come together, because when you're married, you got to cleave together. I've learned. I've learned and always knew it, but that's the first one of the first morals and principles, and that's what I go by. So I don't know where everybody else goes by, but that's what I'm going by. And me be trying to be a leader of the household, not the boss, not the CEO. I say the leader.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I reverence from.
Mm-hmm.
I wouldn't expect a young lady to follow me if I was not doing right myself. I can't tell you what to do and how to do it and suggest if I'm doing worse.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's wisdom.
Yes.
Amen.
I don't
So, with that being said, what you want to say, Terrence? You got something else?
comments. I just see Yvette.
Yeah, that's Yvette for right now. It's okay.
Okay.
Some people watch it afterwards.
Oh,
Um, so we have some tips. So Terrence gave us 3 tips that he lives by, right, everybody? So I'm gonna let him explain each one in his own way.
um, tell the truth. Some wise people would say the truth ain't always need to be told. So a lot of times you have to keep your mouth shut. But to me, if I'm not doing anything, then I don't have to hide anything. I'm gonna pretty much tell you the truth because it's easier for me. It's less pressure, and you don't have to. It's less pressure. You don't have to put that pressure on yourself. And in the meantime, you're gonna pay for it in the end anyway. Things that you see and don't see. So, and then you develop a lying tongue. You become pathological, and so I try to tell the truth. Loving myself, love yourself. I learned to love myself because I used to always, well, not always, but a lot of times I would hype other people or my mate, and I'm like, well, you know, I'm just as I should be hyping myself up. Um, so love yourself. Get your hair cut, get your manicure, get your pedicure, do something for yourself, go on a trip, travel. Um, and my frat brother, he got me traveling down to the Caribbean, you know, uh, learning new cultures, learning new ways, learning new foods. Um, uh, uh, it just was a great idea for me. It expanded my horizons a lot. So, I started traveling more. I got my passport. I had to get my passport. So I started traveling more. I started just doing things for me and doing things for other people that I love,
Mm-hmm.
know that love me. And um, love yourself, self care again, self care, getting uh, uh, reading a book, reading a movie. Take care of yourself. Take time. Take some me time. Um, you don't have to go to the bathroom with somebody every time. Take some me time to get to know you. I probably take a lot more me time than I need to. But that reason being, I don't like um, being um, around a lot of people that are spew out a negative energy. I can't deal with that. If I'm around that, I split, so you speak. And I like to get along with other people. So self-care, loving myself. I love talking. I love laughing. I love comedy. I love all those intangibles about being happy and feeling happy.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Since the pandemic, I haven't worked out like I should. I used to work out a lot. Um, and even working, in my prior life, I was a weightlifter. I was, athlete, and I like pretty much staying in shape. I like eating well, self-care, eating well, grooming well, um, uh, just all the tangibles of taking care of your body. I like. Um, what else? Um, what else? What else? I probably could name more self tips. Um, listen to music. I like, like I said, Marvin Sapp, the Michigan guy. I love listening to him because he sings heartfelt songs.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, like he's been through it, and those things will weigh on your spirit. Also, love your spirit.
Yes.
There are a lot of people that have a lot of bad spirits and a lot of demons, and you don't want that to jump off you. Those demons jump off on other people on you like the COVID-19 does.
Mm-hmm.
Bad, bad business, as one would say, and you don't want to be around that. And a lot of times that will draw you down into being negative, and you don't even know it. And I've been there. I've
Pick
been
it up.
there. That environment it's
Big
no good.
tick.
It's thick. It's thick.
Yep.
And you know, um, that's another self-care thing. I've learned to keep my mouth closed. Also, you can't talk a lot. Quite funny I should say that because as a young man, I was bashful and very quiet. I don't know. I guess I got older, I came out of it. But you have got to protect King Ron. You got to protect your spirit. You have to protect your spirit. Those demons, as I believe, it will jump on you and you don't even know it. It'll have you acting like a person out of character.
Mm-hmm.
So that's another part of self-care and loving yourself. I would rather hang around no one than be around just to have somebody around, and that's the way I think.
Mm-hmm.
Those are my tips. Hygiene, definitely as best as you can. Take time for yourself. Make yourself feel good. I
Mm-hmm.
think about 2 years ago, I was running. Person was helping me run, get trained. I lost weight. I ran 9 mile chocolate marathon. I've never done that. And I'm so happy. My legs were like a noodle when I got done. I couldn't even stand up. Slept all day afterwards. So
Mm-hmm.
I was happy about that. So another part of self-care, um, you know, stay home sometimes. Get somewhere and sit down because streets are dangerous. So again, you don't have to go everywhere all the time and be everywhere all the time. It could be a way of the good Lord telling you, keeping you out of a situation,
Yeah.
because sometimes we could rush our time. In my
Mm-hmm.
opinion, you could rush your time by being in the wrong place at the wrong time, as some people would say. Maybe that's not rushing your time, but sometimes it's just good to sit down and meditate. It's the new word people like to say, meditate. Meditate. Think about you. Read self-help books. Read by a good author. Jake's, um, uh, Tony Evans, which I love. I love his messages out of Dallas.
Yeah. I enjoy him too.
Yes, man. He had a movie out like last year. I didn't get to see it though. It was in the theaters for a week.
Mm-hmm.
I got to rent that or buy it because I definitely want to see it. But those are some things that I do for self-care right now. Um, you know, um, in a nutshell. And you can reinvent yourself too after divorce. I lost everything. Lost my house. I'm on here telling my business, but I had to start over. And I thought I lost something. But little lady I know, she said you can get a bigger house and a better house.
Amen. Amen.
And I got a better job. I got a well-paying position. Um, it's okay. I'm able to maintain by myself, and I've always been able to maintain by myself. Thank God, He's given me the strength to carry on. And I see that those are the blessings, seen and unseen, that a lot of people may take for granted. But
Mm-hmm.
I don't take those for granted, because especially now, COVID, people are passing at a rapid rate in a lot of states. And, I have been, tested, and I believe, God has kept me God is on the throne. He has kept me sick free. How do you want to say it? No
Mm-hmm.
sickness.
He kept us, didn't he?
Kept me.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yes. He knows my story. He
Yes.
knows my heart. He knows my wishes.
Mm-hmm.
He sees and knows everything.
Yes, he does.
And that's what I believe. And I've questioned that. Why? Because
Mm-hmm.
I didn't see it at first. And I just sat back through time, and these things have been revealed to me. And I remember, and thank God I can remember. Thank you, God, for letting me be able to remember. So that's a lot of self-care too, just not stressing, because stress kills. And I've been stressed out. I'm an emotional eater, and that's not good as well. And that's why I developed just keeping busy.
Mm.
To cut that pack of cookies, or not one cookie, a pack of cookies,
Okay.
and a bag of chips, not 10 chips. And we have these hearty appetites. So thank God for the appetite, but I'm in gluttony stage.
Mm-hmm.
So that's self-care.
Self-care. It is important.
Yeah.
I can't say how thankful and grateful I am to have had you to come on. You have been a blessing to me. You know what I'm saying? Just being transparent,
Yeah.
being encouraging, being motivating, and letting me know, sometimes we feel as women that men don't experience anything. They could care less. They don't have feelings and all of this stuff. And you have shown me, and ladies, that yes, your voice, your emotions, everything is just as important as ours.
Yeah.
And you have shown us today how to get through those tough situations.
Yeah.
Just being able to sit back and find yourself after a divorce,
Yeah.
and practicing self-care and surrounding yourself with people of wisdom, and for you, people of God with wisdom.
Yeah.
Okay. And so all I can say is keep doing what you're doing. I heard you say 53. Everybody like, where? Okay.
Yeah.
So
Bless.
it's working, hunty. It's working. It's working. It's working. All right. So you know what? I like to take pictures. So
Yeah, you a picture.
go ahead and
I call you a Polaroid.
let the dimples come through. Cheese. You are amazing, and thank you. Thank you to our viewers. Don't forget to share, and send this video out to someone who may be feeling discouraged, right?
Yeah.
And this will encourage and motivate them into their purpose, their destiny, and into greatness. Have a good evening, everybody.
Bye
And
bye.
to our, hey,
God
Turner
bless you.
and everybody, peace.
God bless you. Have a good night.